We are at Q2. Thank freaking goodness. Half of the year is almost done. Today is July 2nd that I'm filming this on. And did you know that we are closer to 2050 than 2000s? Isn't that crazy? Regardless, let's talk about my three favorite books that I read in the last 3 months because these ones are good ones and you guys need to read them. I've actually rated one of them 5 stars, and that is The Love of My Afterlife. Putting a picture right here. It is sensational. It is cinematic. It is a gorgeous little rom-com of a novel. It's literally like watching a rom-com but in a book. It's like that's how it felt to me. It is based in London, and the story behind it is that um, this girl dies accidentally, and she typically lives alone. And she has some like trauma stuff, like about her mom and all this, but that's not important. She goes in the in between place between dying, and she's in this waiting room, and her little angel person is bored. And but that angel person is really really into her rom coms. The person who died is literally like, but I have not met the love of my life, and she meets a person that is could be the love of her life, and she kind of zings with them. So the angel takes her back down, and she basically has like 7 days or something, or I think she has like 10 days to basically find this person. This person doesn't remember her, but she has to track him down, find him, and in between that, you get this like obviously journey of her becoming this beautiful, self self assured, gorgeous little person, and you realize that like the love of her life isn't really the love of her life. It's like who she's become in that moment. I absolutely adore this book, and I think you really need to read it. In terms of spicy level, it's not really that spicy. So I actually recommended it to my friend, my best friend, who is doing a book club with her family members. I think it's appropriate for family members. There's like only like one maybe spicy scene. There's like two spicy scenes, but they're very like low level. They're not anything weird, if you know what I mean. Um, Next, I'm going to talk about the Wendy series. Hopefully, you can hear this because my vacuum is playing. But I absolutely hated the Playing for Keeps series, which is a 3-part series novel. It's like a hockey romance, and I know people are really, really into the sports romances, and I was like, can't get with it because that book itself, and people really, really like it. Um, so, and I put this on my TikTok too, so you guys should just be following me on TikTok because I like post quite consistently over there. But as I was saying, I didn't like that series at all. But this is not what I've already talked about the series and how much I don't like it. What I did like, and I did ask people on TikTok, what is your favorite sports romance? They said the DC Star series, which I have not taken a look at, but I did take a look at the Windy City series by Liz something, something. I can't remember, but she was a flight attendant for a sports team, a hockey team. I can't remember which one. I want to say Vancouver Canucks, but I don't think it was. I think it was like Seattle Krakens, if I'm not mistaken. But the first series in the novel, I'm talking the novel in the first series is called Mile High, if I am not mistaken, and it is so good. Okay, it is so delicious. I think there is 4 books in the series. I read 3 of them. People, when I was reading them, the last one was coming out. I think it's the one that has to do with Rio DeLuca or Duca. Gosh, I can't remember what it's called now. Definitely put a picture. It's red. That's how I remember I don't remember the name, but I remember the color. Um, and that one's supposed to be really good, and people really really enjoyed it. If you like found family, if you obviously like a dirty little romance about sports guys, I highly recommend it. Each book I really enjoyed because they're different sports. The third one, I actually read the first one was the third one. Is the first one that I read was the third one. because I typically don't read things in like normal series. I did it with Twilight when I was younger. I just typically do it that way. It's what I can get my hands on basically. But the third one is about baseball. The second one is about basketball with just Ryan Shea, and then the first one is actually about hockey, and that is with Evan Sanders. I just think I might have named
Team, go sports! Alright, can you just explain what's going on here?
Thank you, I have no idea.
I'm not eating this.
Sports! So happy with my daughter. She loves sports and she loves broccoli, and that's why we're here.
I'm not even gonna fact check right now. I just don't care to. I'm here to tell you just to read the frickin' series because that is what it is. I still need to get my hands on the last one. If I can't find it online, I will be asking my library to buy it and send it to me or request it because you can do that, by the way. You can do that. You can request it. Okay, so you guys better be using your resources, your community resources to get some entertainment. This last book, oh my freaking god. I was so hard on it. I gave it a 4.5 on my Fable. And looking back on it, I'm like, actually, I give it like a 4.9, almost close to a 5. It is The One Golden Summer by Carley Fortun. She's a Canadian author, which we love. We love Canadian authors. We die for Canadian. We don't die for Canadian authors, but we enjoy reading all of their books. And this one specifically, she always writes about books that are like super up north, in like cottage country. This one is actually not in Muskoka. This one is in like the books that she writes in, and I guess she grew up there, or she like grew up cottaging over there. It's like 6 hours away from Toronto. So I'm like, that's kind of crazy that like this particular series is actually like these people are from Toronto and they like make their way up there. I am not a cottage person. I've never been to a cottage. I don't need to go to a cottage if I'm finding books like this because that's how gorgeous they are and like realistic in terms of like the imagery. It is literally like having sunshine and being lakeside. Like reading one of these books. That's how it feels. The reason why this book is so great is that Alice, the main character, is like every older person who has always been consistently shy or maybe has said no to a lot of the things in their life, and she comes back for the summer taking care of her grandmother, and she makes this list where she basically says yes to particular things that she did not do when she was 17. There's a connection between the people that are across the lake, and that is Charlie Florrick and the Florrick brothers. And Charlie Florrick is such a he reminds me of like every hockey guy that I have known, but like a grown-up version and a person that's like been to therapy. So he's like emotionally intelligent, which actually I'm pretty sure, no, not in this book. I'm trying to remember a different book. But it feels like he's in touch with his emotions, or he can process a little bit more. So he's not stagnant in the other stuff that he's dealt with, which is his mother's death, and him trying to be like the man of his family at such a young age, and kind of being very reckless with other people around him. I feel like it's a beautiful combination of this like super extroverted guy and this introverted woman. I love their love story. It will be nice. Like there is a bit where like you can see them after the summer. I would love to see like another book where like they're still in it, or like you get a piece of them in another book. I love when books are connected. It's just almost like, May Shayla, like what are you doing here? But those are the 3 books that I feel like if you need to be reading them this summer, these are the three, because like for some reason I have read summer books before summer has even started. So let's see what I'm actually reading in July, August, and September. But regardless, I hope I can reach that 500 goal. I don't know if I can actually do it, but we'll see. And I guess you guys need to be following me on all of my socials, on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Fable, of all things. You definitely have to be doing that. And I'll see you guys later. See you guys next quarter, Q3.